About to get on the plane here to go to, well, this is the Prophet Masjid An Nabawi. It's dope. Busy up in here. A lot of people.
يا هلا وسهلا يا هلا وسهلا حياكم يا مرحبا يا مرحبا يا مرحبا يا مرحبا.
Well, so you got the miswak and the siwak. So now we at the location where we will make Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. This is your brother JR, and today I just want to share with you my 2023 Umrah journey that I made to the holy cities of Medina and Mecca. It's been a long time coming, but here I am. I'm bringing it to you, and hopefully this helps you. I hope Allah accepts my Umrah, as well as, inshallah, you guys are able to make that journey as well. So without further ado, I'm going to get into it from beginning all the way to the end. But for this part, I will only be discussing Medina, which is where I entered first. And I'll cover Mecca in a subsequent blog. So let's get into it. So first of all, for those of you who don't know me, my name is JR. I am a YouTuber. I'm a vlogger. I travel as well. And I'm also a Muslim who came into the fold of Islam back in 2012. So with that being said, it's been a long time coming. I've been wanting to make the journey. COVID kicked off when I was financially able to do so. But with COVID happening and the pandemic, I wasn't able to do so, or there were a lot of issues with travel. And one of the requirements to enter Saudi Arabia was you had to be fully vaccinated, which I'm not fully vaccinated and wasn't going to get fully vaccinated. So that kind of postponed the whole trip. So I was doing some research last year, which was 2022, and I saw different vlogs, and I found out that being fully vaccinated wasn't required, and you didn't have to even have a PCR test or the COVID test before you entered, and the meningitis vaccine, which I previously had, even though I went and got a new meningitis vaccination anyway, because I believe it's good for either 3 to 5 years. Don't quote me on that. So back in November, I contacted a travel agency, or as you know, for those of you who've made Umrah or Hajj, that you have to go to an approved travel agency or Umrah agency, Hajj agency, in order to enter Saudi Arabia for that particular issue. But now you can also travel as a solo pilgrim if you wish to go to Mecca or Medina through a Umrah visa or Hajj visa, whatever have, as opposed to the tourist visa, which is completely different. So I went under an Umrah visa. So the reason why I did that is because I knew that it would be easier. I've never been to Saudi Arabia, even though I've traveled before. And this travel agency, this Umrah, I keep saying travel agency. I'm sorry. I apologize. This Umrah agency, Hajj agency, was in the business for 20 years, and they had great reviews. So I decided to go with them and let them handle that process, because I know previously when I wanted to go back in 2013, I needed a certificate showing that I was Muslim because of my name. I don't have an Islamic name or a Muslim name, for lack of a better term. So I paid this agency and they got everything set up. They booked tickets, hotel, excursions, all that they took care of for me. So I was like, okay, this is a good deal. So I booked it for February. It was a 8-day trip, 4 days in Medina, 4 days in Mecca. As you know, this blog in particular, I'll just be covering Medina and telling you how it happened. When it came time, in terms of preparation, like I said, I didn't have to get, and for those of you guys, it may have changed, but I don't believe it has. You don't have to be vaccinated to go to Saudi Arabia. It's not required to enter. It's not required for your visa tourist visa or anything like that. I do believe there was something saying if you were on an Umrah visa or Hajj visa that you had to have the meningitis vaccine. But I don't think that they were checking for that, even though I did have mine anyway. I had my documentation. So how it happened was, in order to prepare, I really didn't pack too much. I packed enough, just the bare minimum hygiene things like that. Everything was smooth. Visa process was smooth. I didn't have any hiccups. It went easier than what I thought. So the day of, because I don't live near a major airport, I had to fly to JFK, which my port of embarkation was from JFK, for those of you in America. So I'm speaking from an American standpoint for those of you who are watching. So this has been my experience. So any of you, as far as the visa requirements, it may be different, but I'm speaking from someone who's coming from the US. So I embarked from JFK. So I just landed in JFK, wanted to pick up my baggage to transfer over to Terminal 1 to fly out on Egypt Air. You know, I got a 10-hour flight going to Cairo, then I'm going to Medina from there. So, you know, just vlogging here. And you guys see the airport right now. Flew to Cairo, and at Cairo, there's a certain part of Cairo airport in Egypt where they bring the pilgrims or anybody who's going to Mecca or Medina. Because if you're going to Medina, then obviously you won't have to get into a state of Ihram, which for the men, you don't have to wear your Ihram when you're at the Cairo airport if you're going to Medina. But if you're going directly to Mecca, which you'll be flying into Jeddah, then you will have to get into your Ihram while you're at Cairo airport, which you'll see, and the footage will probably show on the screen. You'll see the men getting into the Ihram at that point. And there's a waiting area for everyone there. So right now we're waiting in like a little separate area that's just for pilgrims that are going to Mecca or Medina in this area. You know, I got a few hours before it's time. So right now I'm just waiting here. Show you guys around here. You know, so you guys can get, we got a little cafe in the back there. Let me see. So, just waiting. There's also a place to pray there as well. There's little small restaurant shops that you can patronize if you choose to. So that's for those who are going directly into Mecca as opposed to Medina, which is where I went. So from Cairo, I flew into Medina Airport. Well, I'm about to get on the plane here to go to Medina, getting off the bus here. Let me flip it around so you guys. There we go. So, see y'all on the other side. Their own airport in Medina. Beautiful experience, easy process, didn't have any issues with the visa. I kind of flew right through there, So now I've arrived in Medina here. It's like 7:40, 7:45, something like that. See, it's a beautiful airport here. It's really nice how they got it set up. People like in here too, which is strange enough. I've heard people have said they've had issues, but I didn't have any issues. Got in there, got my bags, went out, no issues. We just had to wait for our host, who was part of the company, the Umar company, to bring the buses and take us to our hotel. We finally got to the room, checked in here in Medina at the moving pick. It's like super late. It's 10:10 local time. Got in the room. I'm about to make up Issa here shortly, the Issa prayer, and then I'm gonna go out and try to find something to eat. I'll show you guys the room real quick though. Let's do it. So my bag's here. Nothing special. Got the rate, all that. So, bathroom, shower. Got a little water, coffee. I already cleaned my bed. I got a 2-man room here. I'll go up and look outside. This is the city that never sleeps. Also, you're talking about New York. This is another city. This is definitely a city that never sleeps here. Everybody's out walking, doing their thing. I'll go and try and find, after I pray, I'm going to try and find something to eat here. So it's another view. I also forgot to mention, if any of y'all haven't been Muslim country, in the hotels they always have a place to point towards the Qibla, which is the direction of the Kaaba, which is the direction you need to pray in. Maybe that's a little bit too close, but now that you guys can see it right there on the ceiling. So that is the direction. Many people are flying in at different times from different places. So they took us directly to our hotels. You'll encounter, which was shocking to me, there's restaurants obviously there as you're waiting. But you'll encounter, as soon as you exit the airport, you'll smell nothing but cigarette smoke, which I was shocked by, but hey. And obviously there's taxis and they're trying to solicit and get you to take a cab and things like that, which is any airport that you go to throughout the world. So we got on the bus, went to the hotel. I got in my room. We had our host already had the hotel keys for us. The hotel was right by a masjid. So the hotel is huge. Most of the hotels, if you're going to Medina, unless you book outside, but most of the hotels, if you're going with an agency, they're going to book close to the Prophet's mosque, Masjid An Nabawi. So that's the good thing about it. So you have everything you need in there. You have several restaurants outside. The hotel I stayed in, which was the Move and Pick, you had everything in there. You had a grocery store below. You had department stores inside. You have different markets all throughout there. You have restaurants inside, which they offer. Most of the hotels obviously offer free breakfast. So that's a cool thing about it, that you guys can get your breakfast there. All right, we're going for breakfast right now at our normal breakfast spot. I think this is called the Lounge here. Assalamu alaikum, brother. How you doing? Alhamdulillah. 14101. Good? Okay. Alhamdulillah. So y'all see, it's a place to be. About to get some breakfast, and let's make it. Like I said, the masjid, if you're at one of those hotels, it's right outside there. It's like literally a 5-minute walk. So you want to get to the masjid early for prayer times for Salah, because everybody's rushing. This is one of the most busiest places I've been in my life, but it's so beautiful when you're walking out there and you see all these people praying, even outside. This place is one of the most beautiful places as far as architecture goes. Islamic architecture for sure. It's a beautiful masjid. I mean, it's the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's mosque. Why wouldn't it be beautiful any time of day? I went in February and it was still warm out there. And there's so many gates that you can enter into. And if you don't make it into the masjid, then there's several places outside of the masjid you can pray. It's like countless places. But trust me, it gets packed super quick. And that's something we had to learn. If you want to get inside, and ladies, there's places for you as well. It's all set up for the ladies and the men that is separated, that you have a place to pray inside no matter what. And there's several different gates.
The imam, sometimes we meet and they'll give a lecture. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe this or that or that.
Right. Makes sense.
The women, they are more interested in talking and complaining.
Mm-hmm.
I bring this woman here and I will tell her, I'm giving you everything that some Muslim women never had in their life. On the day of judgment, don't hold me responsible, because You bear witness, I've done everything to you. That's what I thought. Yes. Now, if you go back and you start doing whatever you want to do, it's between you and Allah. I cannot judge you. So the reason why sometimes we do the natural, what we call the additional prayer as much as possible.
Yeah.
Wallahi, brother, wallahi, every average imam will tell you on the day of judgment, there's one thing Allah will check. If your prayer is intact, you have no question to answer. Now, if your prayer is not too, it's like, like a little bit crooked, then they will check your optional prayers. So that is what is going to.
Gotcha.
That's why they encourage us to do optional prayers a lot. Yeah.
All right, we on top of Masjid Nabawi. I didn't even know that the roof. We're actually on the roof praying. We just finished Jummah prayer up here. You guys can see. We're on the roof. I'm doing a 360 for you. This is on the roof right now. Wow. MashaAllah. Minarets up there. Minarets up there. 360. Bam. For you to get into. So that is one thing that's awesome. So enjoy your time. Get as much prayer in, get as much salah in, get as many nawafil prayers as you want. The more reward, obviously. You have to, it's a beautiful experience, and inshallah, I hope you all get a chance to make it there, brothers and sisters, for sure. Now, while there, if you want to enter the Prophet's tomb, the Prophet's grave, or as it's known as the Rawdha, or the Rawdha, as some people pronounce it as well, you have to go through an app. There's an app, and it's called the Nusuk app, which you can see the time, which you'll have to get this to be able to get in to pray in the Rawdha outside the Prophet's grave in there. And if you want to give your salam. So there were many people in line who didn't have it set up already. So they got turned away. So you'll be waiting a long time to do it. It doesn't matter what time of day you go there, you'll see on the app, it'll show the times, the busy times and the not so busy times. It doesn't matter when you go. I think I went 3 a.m. And I think me and my roommate, we waited like 2 hours to get there. So they were turning people away left and right. And people were upset because they didn't know that they had to have this app. And these are for the independent travelers. Your travel agency, as I said, or your Umrah or Hajj agency, wherever you go through, they should tell you about the app that you have to go through. But when I was there 2023, it's called Nusuk. And it looks like this. There you guys have it. So you definitely schedule that so you're able to. If not, there are guards out there everywhere. And one thing, guys, be prepared for, especially if you're from America, like I am, we like our personal space. A lot of us don't like being touched. We don't like being bumped into. I'm sorry. We say, excuse me. We don't cut in front of lines. And I'm just speaking from an American perspective. As an American, you need to put that mindset out of the way. People, we're there to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but as far as Muslims, we're supposed to be respectful. But you'll see some of the worst, I'm just being honest, you'll see some of the worst behavior, bumping, pushing, cutting in front of others. Like, so as my brother told me, make sure you pack, when I asked him what all should I prepare for, make sure you pack a lot of patience. Because people will cut in front of you. They'll bump into you, men and women, brothers and sisters will bump into you. And like I said, in America, we're used to saying, excuse me. We don't cut in front of people. We don't do things like that because there's going to be a confrontation, physical confrontations and things like that. But I saw a lot of that waiting outside at the line to enter the Prophet's tomb there. People were cutting in line. The lines are already long as it is. And you're seeing people being turned away because they didn't fill that out on the app. So make sure you do that. Now, before you enter there, there's a place where you wait. There's guards everywhere. So these guards, they do their job. They'll get at you. They'll quickly escort you out the way. Haji, Haji. You'll hear that a lot. Haji, 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 Haji. And it's very strict to the point, and you do what you're told out there. So once you enter by the member, subhanAllah, the sound of the birds. The tomb, this is the Rawdha of the Holy Prophet. You hear those birds? That's barakah. This is a place of barakah. Blessing. Inside the inner tomb. See that? So that's the number. Yeah. Yes. This is the grave and the tomb of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Umar ibn Khattab and Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. Issa alayhi salam. It's his future grave. Jesus. When he comes back. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum Rasulullah. Assalamu alaikum Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This is the tomb. Rasulullah is buried back there. Assalamu alaikum. When you enter there, the beauty, the feeling of just being in the proximity, knowing that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is just feet away. His body, his tomb is just feet away. The greatest of creation, peace be upon him, is just that far away. And you're praying in his masjid, just feet away, and making salah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that is just a beautiful experience. Can't describe it. You just have to be there. I hope you, inshallah, I hope all of you make it there. And you give your salams, as you can see. You can't really see, even though you want to see, you can't really see through his tomb, but obviously it's like a gate covered and there's guards standing there. So it's just an experience you can't describe. You have to visit the Rawdha for sure. You have to visit it. So while out there, the tour company that I was with, we went to Masjid Quba, which was the first masjid built in Medina at the time. And they're famous for al-ajwa, dates. Incredible. They're out there passing out dates. Everybody's just happy out there. It's a beautiful masjid, beautiful piece of architecture inside. You off salah while there as well. Beautiful experience. We also were able to visit Mount Uhud, while we were there. And something that I thought was very special, which was where Hamza, may Allah be pleased with him, is buried in, it's like this gated field outside of what you can see. And the other shaheed in this area that's unmarked graves. And when they pointed to it, say he's buried somewhere there, I just thought that it's like, wow, just to be in that area. And they have snacks and they're selling ice cream and things out there. And it's just to see the fellowship of being amongst your brothers and sisters out there and talking, conversing about Islam and things like that. It's just a beautiful experience. And just to see where a lot of these things have taken place, a lot of these battles, which on the bus, we were able to go by a lot of these different locations while we were out there. Also, if you would like to, while you're in Medina, there's like a little double-decker type bus that you can get on that takes you to all the different locations throughout Medina as well. And you guys can go on TripAdvisor, and there's different things that you can do as well if you want to. Just food for thought. So while you're there, like I said, the town of Medina is beautiful. Sisters, you can walk by yourself out there. You see a lot of sisters walking out there by themselves. A lot of restaurants, beautiful, a lot of markets, a lot of souks. It's just incredible. This is like the classic menu here for items at most of these Arabic spots out here. You got your drink, your Khattab tea. You know, that's my favorite, the Khattab tea. You got the salads, the croissants, the shawarma. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta pick up some stuff before I get up out of here, though. So much to choose from. There you go. There you go. So I'm getting some Khattab tea from here real quick. I love this stuff, man. It's like my favorite. The Khattab Express. Thank you, my friend. All right. It's that good stuff, man. This joint is like super hot. So here's the restaurant. Zaitun restaurant. Alright, so we're in the mall, about to go get some food here. I haven't walked downstairs in a while. All these different floors. Where's the food at? It's just incredible. There's gold everywhere. A lot of oud. You can get your perfumes and your scents and your musks and everything out there as well. Everything is just so clean. All right, so this is where we are.
Do you have anything on the salad? Like a range or something?
Any dressing?
Any dressing?
No topping? He said he's not even trying to hear the topping part, huh? All right, here go the player. He coming with the Blue Lagoon drink. It's the alcohol-free Blue Lagoon drink. There you go. It's coming. There we go. Shukran. That's the beautiful Blue Lagoon. There we go. The mojito. A lot of these places, you have people sleeping at the masjid at night, sleeping outside on the carpet. It's just incredible. It's just so huge just to be there and to walk in the places that the Prophet walked his Sahaba. I just can't describe it. All in all, that time great time there. Like I said, we spent 4 days there. A lot of the times we could venture out and do what we want, but there were some days that were designated where if we wanted to go, we could get on the bus and go to different places as well while we were out there. So you got the miswak and the siwak. Siwak. So what's the difference between miswak and siwak? What? Same thing? Okay. And this is what used to use and still use, which is better than toothbrush to brush your teeth. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that if he could, he would make this obligatory. You know, for the folks that don't want to brush their teeth. You know.
This one is really strong.
Yeah, you said it's strong?
Yeah.
What do you? So look, this is all the people right now going to Jummah. And it's like, we passed by like several hundred people. And they're still going. It's like a parade. Just going to Friday prayer, Jummah. Man. We'll go behind me. It's ridiculous. Wow.
A few moments later.
Look, everyone, I just want you to understand and emphasize. I'm going to raise the camera up for you to see. But I went and dropped something off and showed y'all the footage earlier, and I turned back around and look, this is we're walking towards Nabi's Masjid right now. So look, I'm gonna flip it around. Watch this. Again, this is mostly people that you see here that are going to pray right now, and that's just how huge the masjid is. Allahu Akbar. On the last day, when we were at the hotel, you could opt to change into Ihram at that point, or you could wait to make it to the miqat, which was outside of Medina on the way to Mecca, which is a location, which was a masjid called Dhul Hulaifa. And at Dhul Hulaifa, there's like a market there as well. There's showers there. There's a location. There's a masjid there as well. Obviously, it is a masjid, but that's where you get into your state of Ihram before you go into Mecca. Yeah, I'm just getting this footage. So this is the inside. They got shops here, and coming up on the location to the masjid and things like that. And this is where we're going to change the toilets, where we make ablution, wudu, all those great things. So
Sunday will be
Yo, what's up, guys? So I just completed my 2 waffle prayers and asana as well here in the masjid. You guys see me in my ihram. You know, it's sort of quite an ordeal getting changed out here. So, you know, I'll go ahead and show you guys before I head back and get on the bus to head to Mecca, and you know, I keep looking instead of looking at the lens, but I'm gonna show you guys the masjid real quick. So, see, everybody's in the ihram in here. So, there you have it, real quickly. So I will see you guys in Mecca, hopefully at the Kaaba, where we'll be doing tawaf. Guys, peace. So we were out there, changed, made salah, and got on the bus and headed on down to Mecca. And on the bus the whole way, it was just a beautiful experience. But we'll get into that experience on the next vlog, which I hope you guys have stuck around to see, which will be coming soon. So you guys subscribe to the channel. That way you're able to see that vlog, which I've yet to produce here, but I do have the footage. So I look forward to sharing that with all of you brothers and sisters. So like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel for more. I want to finish this vlog off by saying, brothers and sisters, I am imperfect. I'm not a perfect Muslim by any way, shape, or form. So I just wanted you to know that. Hopefully, inshallah, before Allah takes me from this earth, He is pleased with me. But I just wanted you to know that. And inshallah, I make dua that all of you are able to reach it to the Prophet's holy cities that make Hajj or Umrah for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So with that being said, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And I will see you brothers and sisters on the next video. Peace be upon you.